Hello, welcome everyone to the stream. We are going to be drawing some dinosaurs today, just basically doing some normal stuff. I was going to be doing something different today, but I changed my mind. I think we got everything set up in that case. Yeah. So we're just gonna head ahead and head right into this. No one's in here, so it doesn't really matter what I'm saying at this point. But I mean, good practice, good warm up. Probably just gonna draw. Usually when I draw something, I draw it on a 13 by 13. I mean, 3000 by 3000 canvas. But I think we're gonna go do something a little bit different today. We're gonna go. Let's see, width would probably be. Let's go try 9000. Is that gonna be super long? Okay, we'll go 6000. All right. Maybe a little bit different canvas size. Let's go 500. Yeah, perfect. All right, we'll go 5000. Now I was gonna try something different. As I said, I was gonna listen to my own music with my earbuds and have the stream music going for the people on stream. But it turns out that it's really hard to talk when you have music going that is not just instrumental, like what I have for the stream playlist, obviously. So I guess we're just going to be doing this, same as usual. What I usually do is just go for a sketch, which I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to draw. I should probably do some warm-up first, honestly. What was I looking for? Not any of these. We're just going for... yeah, pencil. That's what we want. Alright, I need to get my... where did I put that? Oh, there it is. Hey, what's up, Patrick? Welcome to the stream. Alright, I found my my hand sleeve. It is important to get smooth lines. That and to have all the settings right for smooth lines. But we'll get some sketching going first. I'm not exactly sure what I want to draw dinosaur-wise. Maybe we'll work on some skeletals. That might be good. Usually when I do a dinosaur, I do it specifically. Like I do an eye, and then I do the head, and then the jaw, kind of. Something like that, but like more fancy than that. Might be useful to start working on learning skeletals. But the thing is, I'd have to look up skeletals or something like that. Or what I can do is just keep doing what I do, but try to make it more accurate to actual dinosaurs, which that's probably the better option, honestly, because I like having the freedom to change things up and whatnot. But I'm going to look up some references just to get me a... Alright, this is a good image. We'll use this image as my reference. Kind of for the head and whatnot. Like what I was saying, you can kind of do a skeletal for dinosaurs. So like you have... oop, I don't have the right thing. You can do like... you do your base circle, straight line, and basically what you get is a skull. Then of course you can adjust it to fit the dinosaur. So I'm saying skeletals might be good to work on, which I'm not sure if I will. At least work on it until I can decide what I'm going to do. Last time I did like a full-size dinosaur, I did a Therizinosaurus, because Therizinosaurus is pretty cool. It's a big chicken dinosaur with big claws. So, I'm not exactly sure what we'll do now. I draw baryonyx style dinosaurs quite a bit. I think it'd be a little bit old if I did baryonyx at this point. I'm gonna do that like every time I draw a dinosaur. It's a baryonyx. Well, not draw, mostly. When I design a dinosaur, it's a baryonyx. Like the IOD logo, unofficial logo basically, is a baryonyx that I did. So yeah, just with a little bit of skeletal, you can make a dinosaur. Then of course you can add like the eye ridge, the detailing, depends on where you want to put the nostril. I think I don't think it really matters. It's anywhere in this area, because we have the skulls, but we don't know what they look like exactly. Yeah. Let's put another. Let's try doing the skeletal with the mouth open, though. So obviously you're gonna have the base is still there. But to open the jaw, you gotta keep a consistent angle. That looks weird. I didn't do it right. This part right here, that's what's wrong. It's not like a hinge right here. It's hinged up here, not right here. That is bleh. You gotta hinge it up there. Of course there will be some overlap right here, but it needs to be more like that, I think. Kind of left that circle there, I realized, but oh well. Doesn't really matter at this stage, we're just dilly-dallying around. Yeah, I think I did the angle of this, the jaw angle wrong. Should be more like that. Maybe in between there somewhere. It's just the main thing you gotta realize is the jaw has to be the same length as that. So if we were to lasso the jaw here, I did that very poorly, but if we were to put it back up to where it's supposed to be, yeah, we got about the right size there. Deselect that. Of course, it did change a little bit, obviously, compared to like this thing right here. But yeah, you see what we're getting at. Right. Heard about the Take-Two will probably be a remaster of GTA Trilogy in 2022 March. Interesting. It's funny that they're not making a new GTA, but I understand why not, because why make a new GTA when GTA 5 is still raking in tons of money? Let's see, what dinosaur could we do? We could do... I mean, I tend to do like my own style of dinosaur. It's not any dinosaur in particular, but I kind of want to do a real dinosaur today. I mean, in the meantime, we'll just do some warm-up. Warm-up dinosaurs. Usually go big eye just because it looks cooler. Well, not necessarily cooler, just like it. So that's how you do a really fast sketch. You got an eye, head, big jaw, neck, that. Really simple to do. Of course, however long you spend on it, the more fancy it is. Like if I was to go, I usually start off with a thing like that, and then I close the bottom of it like that. Section off the eye. Give it that. Go like that. Give it some depth to it. Wrinkles, whatnot. And of course, you gotta do the eye above it. And there you got an eye. That's what you start out with. Hope they don't screw up like 2015 GTA San Antonio Remaster on PS3 and Xbox. After updates, just almost unplayable. Yeah, it tends to be that way. It's either really good or it's like really bad. Some games, even updates just don't fix it. Can't fix it. The problem with an eye like this is you kind of don't have a scale to work with. Because like in this one, the eye's up there. But usually when I do it, the crest comes up like right here. And it's like that. Something like that. And then you get like a huge eye compared to a small head. Which I guess is small for not smaller dinosaur. I mean, not small for smaller dinosaurs, obviously. It's good for smaller dinosaurs, but if you're doing a scale dinosaur, that is no good. So if we were to do it the same scale as this one, which is more accurate than what I usually do. I usually just doodle, basically. Let's just work with that. Let's try it. Try to mess with stuff. Why not? Give him his little crest. Get him to the edge. I don't know what dinosaur this is, actually. I should probably have looked that up before I just grabbed it from Google Images. I'm guessing it's some kind of, might be an Acanthosaurus. Maybe let's look up. I probably butchered I'm thinking, yeah, Acanthosaurus. Yeah, I got the right. I'm not sure if that is the dinosaur that's here though. Let's look it back up. I'll find it. See what it says about it. Slight detour, but I'm kind of curious what dinosaur this is. It might not have a... Doesn't seem to have a name for it. I think they just told the artist to make a generic dinosaur. Pedro asks, can you play Build Royale? No, I'm not playing Build Royale, I'm drawing. And that's what I am doing today. See, the eye is still huge compared to this head, which is my fault. So let's just bring her back. Takes forever to go back this far. Yeah, we didn't get all the way back, but that's fine. Just erase the remainder. Character models are in some areas more blocky than before. never really had an interest in playing GTA. I mean, I watch it being played sometimes. There's specific YouTubers that I watch. But other than that, never been tempted by all the offers for it when it was free and like $5 or whatnot. I still haven't played Red Dead Redemption, like the whole story yet. Which I'm gonna get to that one of these days. Maybe. Yeah, we're leaning heavily into just this design because I'm curious to see how it would look if I did it full scale with like my eye. So we're just kind of sketching it out right now. Not exactly sure if it's going to look any good because my eye is kind of strange looking compared to that one, the normal. Looks more like a herbivore. That's kind of silly. Kind of funny. Let's bring her back. Let's get back to that ridge. It needs to be better. See, I'm thinking what's the problem here is this gap here is way smaller than in the other one. Problem is it gives it a huge front, which I think what needs to be done here is just this needs to be shortened or flattened in this case. I still haven't thought of what dinosaur to actually draw. I'm just still messing around. I mean, it's good to practice more accurate looking dinosaur anatomy. I suppose. Alright, what we need to do is not go that far back. Because if you look on that, it's not that far back. It's like eye level. It doesn't look anything like that. It's just the eye is terrible. It's not gonna work. My usual eye. Right, enough messing around with that. Let's mess around with something else, I think. I think skeletal is a good idea, especially if we start doing more, should we call it 3D models? So like 2/3 and whatnot. Problem with that is you'd have to know how to do. I don't really know how to do that just quite yet. As I said, most of my dinosaur drawing has been mainly doodling, so I don't really know how to do reforce. I know there's like guides and whatnot out there, so I might have to do that sometime. Right, yeah, let's work with our skeletals for a bit. So this is our basic head shape. And then of course you can establish where the mouth is going to go. And then of course the jaw. This is a more thin skulled dinosaur, it appears. So wait, if we zoom in here, if we split this circle in half, so the jaw is about halfway in, and if you just draw to each area, like here and here, gives you an outline of where the jaw is, somewhat. Then of course if we go here and do the same, if we choose about halfway for the jaw to go down, just working on our own skeletal here. I'm not going by usual skeletals. So yeah, by that math, the jawline should be about halfway. Halfway in there. And it should reach to the halfway point of that quadrant. Something like that. More or less. We're not being picky. We're just working, experimenting, whatnot. So that gives you the front, which obviously it's not going to be a straight line when you draw it. It'll be more, depending on what kind of dinosaur you're doing, you either curve it like that or straighter. Like just curve it like that. Right, so from here, what we have is a basis for that. Let's split that section of it as well. That gives you an eye location. So that's gonna be that's where the eye is. Alright, this is good. What we're going to do is now is put the opacity down on that, and we're going to go over it with a darker lineage for more a permanent line work. A sketch, so to say. And of course we'll sketch in the other things as well. For now, we're just going to follow the outline. Just see what that looks like. I do see that our jaw is a little bit too big. I'm not sure where I got that line from. It should be down here at the bottom of the circle. I was following the wrong line. Because if we do it like that, the jaw is way too big for its own good. Because it shouldn't be more than about that thick. At least on the base. Not the base, at the tip. The tip should not be that thick. See, and then we can follow that line. You got that nice angle. So you got an angle there. Wow, that was actually a very straight line. I'm gonna keep that one. Of course we'll have to sketch in where the crest is. The eye ridge. So, and then you follow Draw up to there. And stop at right there. That's where we're stopping at. That's where the circle meets the other circle. The rough circle. Obviously it's not 100% round. It's pretty all over the place, honestly. Should probably have done a better circle if we're going to be working on something like this. But oh well. A raptor might be cool to draw. I don't know. I still don't know what I'm going to draw. I just wanted to draw dinosaurs, so I guess that's what we're doing in a roundabout way. We're working on skeletals. Because I don't use skeletals, and I think it would be a lot better if I did use skeletals. Because then I can start getting better at drawing dinosaurs and start maybe doing commissions, that kind of stuff. Might be good. Alright, so now for this, we're just going to go straight. Okay, that's not bad. It's not great, though. Alright, is that... No, we want it a little bit higher. Yeah, that'll suffice. It's got a little bit of curvature to it. It'll do. It ends at that point here. The halfway mark on the circle, which that is where it wants to end. And of course we want to get the eye location, which, where did I say that was? I said it was here, wasn't it? That circle is terrible. That's what's causing some troubles. So if I was to take away the circle, where would it be? It would be like right there, wouldn't it? So on the sketch, that is okay, so right in this area. Okay, we'll take that as this here is the eye area. That's the eye area. Anywhere in there, I can go. Of course, we'll just sketch in an eye. It's not going to be fancy because it's the sketch stage. We're not doing line work. We're not doing anything fancy at that point. So let's see. Let's pull up our examples, see what they do with the neck. Yeah, see, there's no distinguished skull point where the skull ends. So for our example here, it'll end at the halfway point of the circle. Or would it end in the middle of the circle here? Yeah, I think that would. So basically we're making Swiss cheese out of our circle, but it does give us a understanding of where we're going with this. So yeah, that's where the head ends and the neck begins at that stage. And there we go, we got a simple dinosaur head. Nothing fancy to it. Of course, this might be a little bit too soft of an angle, but who knows. Hey, what's up, Vivid? Welcome to the stream. So, taking it from this point now, we have ourselves basic understanding of where all this is. So now all we have to do is work on, obviously we need to get the crest here sketched in. So what we're just going to do is going to go to our sketch, pull a half point line between the two circles. And that's going to be where our crest begins. And let's just say end of that is where it ends. So it'd be kind of like that. Or it should go all the way to the eye, shouldn't it? Something like that. Yeah, alright, we'll go with that. Why not? This is my dinosaur, I can do what I want. There's no real right or wrong way to do this. Because after all, we don't really have a 100% understanding of what dinosaurs look like. Because fat and all that doesn't fossilize. At least not very easily. Soft tissue. So basically all we have is the bone structure. And if you take the bone structure of like a swan or something, it don't look anything like it does in the flesh. So what we got there is now a strange looking dinosaur. Which is because the crest is not very defined. And if we do that, then it becomes a lot more defined. Especially if you take, like, obviously, like, what they have is the eye being more like that. But we'll just leave it like this for the time being. Let's see what we can do about the neck structure. Now, obviously, in this one, if we take... So what I'm thinking is we take a circle there, and that'll kind of show us where to go with that. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's usually what I do anyways when I draw a dinosaur. I usually take it from the head and go up like that. Not that extreme. Probably go like that if I was drawing this dinosaur from scratch. Then I'll draw the neck, something like that. Which that's not all too different from this. You got up, and you got a little bit down here, and then it smooths out some. But what we're trying to do here is establish the bone structure of such movements. So what we're going to do here is take from the center point and try to make a circle. Now the problem with that is we don't really have very good control of our circle making skills as established here. So what we're going to do is turn the smoothing up to 50% and flow a little bit more. Okay, so we just need to establish... Okay, so what we're going to do is... we need to establish how big of a neck this thing has. It should really follow this, shouldn't it? Let's see. So maybe we should take the neck. We should take it from like this point or this point. One of these points. I'm not exactly sure which one we're wanting to do. To do the neck. See, that's still too balloony. Maybe we need to take it from down here. Your lamp is from 1937? You think? That's really old. Still work alright? Yeah, I think this right here is the mark that we need. Question is getting a good round circle. Somewhat round circle. Going to be a difficult task. Because that is not at all round. I mean, that's sort of round. So I think we maybe need to do it halfway down. Okay, yeah, that's what we need to do it. Let's try it down at the jawline then. I could probably just look up dinosaur skeletals, but I kind of, I don't know, have an aversion to looking up tutorials. It's crazy, I know, but I like figuring out things for myself. I mean, it's not entirely wrong there. Okay, enough of doing that. Let's get ourselves a circle that has no fill. Go stroke of, we're using 8 pixel, I think, or 6 pixel. And then what we just need to do is get ourselves a circle. That is round, as it is there. And then you just gotta figure out where the center of this thing is. You know what? I think the center of said circle is like, is it there? Is that is that where we want to center it? I think the circle is too big. That is what we're dealing with here. So like that's our circle for the head. So to scale that up, we'd have to do it, try 600 pixels, something like that. Still too small. Yeah, so I guess 700 isn't too big. Something in between there. Oop, didn't mean to do that. It's like 650. I mean, obviously we're gonna have to learn how to do this on our own, but yeah, see, this is what we're looking for right here. Where's the center point of this, though? Yeah, so to get that, all we have to do is go to here and find the center point between, or the intersection between this and the center. It's like, that's where it goes, in between there. The middle of the outside and the inside on this circle that we did for the jaw. That is where we find where to start our circle, or the center of the circle needs to be. And that gives us what we need there. Good. I did realize I put an unnecessary thing there. We're going to go to the eclipse and turn down the opacity so it kind of matches what I've drawn before. Let's go ahead and rasterize it so that we can erase it. Actually, I should match the sketch, because that's what we're doing it for, using it for the sketch. Which honestly, can't we do, if we go back to our sketch layer, we take that. No, it doesn't work. I was gonna say, could we get rid of the smaller circle? But no. You gotta have the smaller circle in there. All we had to do was follow the damn line, Nathan. I'm not exactly sure what you mean. So yeah, coming from that, then that becomes our new line to follow, the sketch to follow, new guide to follow. Because while the main the first circle is alright, it doesn't account for the neck quite as much. And for this right here, underneath the jaw, whatever you might call that, the throat, what we're going to do is take probably the midpoint here, and then the middle line that we did here earlier. And then if we just connect that, let's just do it simple. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I get that. All we have to do is follow the damn train, CJ. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I didn't understand that reference at first. I understand it now. Okay, from there, we've got a very complicated line. So next to do our body, our guide for the body, we'd have to do another circle, which is going to be for this here, which is where the arms and the body, the main part of the body, begins, which is a bit bigger than the circle that we have currently. Let's just do that. That's perfect. That's where we're going to with that. And simply to get from where we are currently to where we want to be, basically just have to draw a line. Curved line, and we're there. It's so much easier. And then this, of course, we just do another curved line. Now, of course, we'll probably want to curve that a bit more. Probably take it from, let's draw a line across. That's the middle point. The middle point's there. That doesn't really help me much. If we were to do a line there. I think what we have here is a slight problem. Why is it not backspacing? History? Oh, because I was clicking the wrong keys, obviously. Right. We're just going to go ahead and just duplicate the circle. Jack it up to 850, I think. No, it's got to be about twice the size of what we have. That's about twice, maybe. Give it a decent distance, and then we go back to the layer. Then we do what we're doing there. I think I might have been doing that. Circle's a little bit big, isn't it? Right. Trial and error here, boys. I'm sure it'll be worth it eventually, but right now it is not. So it's actually, we need to find out where the middle of the skull is. About there. That's okay. So if we take that line straight out, then we take the circle that determines where the lowest point is of the head. I mean the neck, not the head. So that gives us a point to work with there. So slightly above that is where we want to go. It's much too small of a neck. I think what we have wrong here is this circle here that we have at the head doesn't really account for elongation. Yeah, so we still have that, but it is now better. So let's see, now when we do this, it's still not as good, but certainly better overall. Hang on, let's get rid of that. Let's go with our darker line. Let's figure out what we got here. We got too much smoothing going on here. So I think what we need here is just a little bit of following that before we hit that. And what does that give us after we get rid of all that? I think we're curving that way too much. That's what's the main issue here. That line is being curved way too much. It needs to be more straight. Like straight to the point. Alright, we don't have enough smoothing now. Lines look like scribbles. So now if we get rid of all of our sketch layers, we're going to have to group them up together just for easiness. Now look at that, we have a solid bust shape that we can work with. Nice. Now of course if I was to go back and work on this, which I am going to probably, been streaming 50 minutes, is 4:42 for me in the afternoon. I usually eat at 6, so I still got plenty of time to draw. So what I'd probably do with this is probably work on this a little bit more. Maybe drop this down a little bit. Or if you look like this, see, it's more angular. It looks decent. Yeah, it does look decent. For just messing around with a skeletal, it's not bad at all. Like, this is what we have for a skeletal. And this is just our sketch over to see if things work. It's not at all bad. It's halfway decent. I actually like the guidelines and everything better than the line work, but that's normal. So what I would do here is, as I said, I would take... First we're going to take that off just because it's kind of useless. So we're going to take this here further down, like a steeper angle. The question is, how steep of an angle are we going? If we look at the example, it is pretty steep. Question is, I don't want it to be thin. I think it does help this drawing in particular. It's because it has that there, which we kind of have that going with this thing right here. If we were to just take it up like that, and then if we erased this, you kind of have what they have there. So all we have to really do is just... It just needs more depth to it, because right now it's kind of flat. More like that. Yeah, see, that adds way more to it, but it is quite thick. The neck there. What you'd have to do is just, for one, pull out the guidelines. And just bring that to the base of this circle here. Which I'm not sure if that's any better, but no, that's not better. I think there's a fine balance to be had. This isn't bad, but it's not what I want. I think what we need to do here is make a better baseline. So for that, we're going to open up this, take the middle of the circle, bring it down about another half. It's about there. That's another half of that circle. And then from there, we want to take from the circle to about half, I think. Is that too much? Could be, but who knows. And then we do a slight curve. Instead of like a rigid line, we're doing like that. Is that a concave? No, concave is out, isn't it? Like, if that's the flat, it's going out. Is it convex? It's going in. I don't know. Now I gotta look it up. Nope, concave. Yeah, concave is that. Going in. Convex is out. Oh, click that again. Okay. So we want to do a concave curve there. And then we can take it to that. Let's erase this and see how it looks. I mean, I can tell from the sketch right now it looks pretty good. Of course, the question remains if it looks good with the line work. Nice! That's what we're looking for. Something like that. Of course, it looks a little bit odd now because it doesn't have any details and it doesn't have arms or anything. Or like a body, so you can't really tell what it's going to look like. But for like a theropod dinosaur moving, of course, there's just like a slightly strange angle. It's like if this was the dinosaur is like that, and the camera is right here, looking like that. That's kind of what they have. That's the angle they have. So you're getting some 3D, like right here is 3D. It's not flat, and then of course you got the side. But the skull is flat. It's flat to the camera. Which is why this example is not the perfect one for a 2D drawing that is just flat. But it works out for us because you can kind of guess where things are if it was flat. Right, so let's clean up our... No, we'll leave that there. It might be useful in the future. But yeah, look at that skeletal. It looks crazy. If it was cleaner, I think it'd look a lot neater, but that is a very fancy looking skeletal. I like that. The question is, will I ever remember all the measurements that I used? Probably not. But I can always watch the stream back, or I can just guess what I'm doing here. Nice. Then of course you'd have to figure out how to change this into like a jaw or something. I don't know. Like the hinge. I guess you would take the angle of that or something. What angle would you take? Yeah. It'd be simple. I just have to do that. Figure out the angle. And then basically like that. Because when it closes, it's going to be the same height. Right, very good, very good. Alright, I think we're going to call a stream here. We've been streaming for an hour. We got ourselves something that I'm happy with. I don't want to go beyond that because then I'll have to keep doing it for a couple more hours to actually get it satisfactory. I don't like leaving stuff halfway done. So yeah, not sure if I'll do another one of these streams, but who knows, maybe we will. Tomorrow is Friday. We're not streaming Saturday, definitely, because last time I streamed Saturday I got no views, basically. Just like one person there for like half the stream. I mean, we've had Patrick here for the whole stream. I'm not complaining at all. It's great having you here, Patrick. But yeah, maybe stream tomorrow. Probably, actually, maybe not, because I might have to run some errands. Apart from that, I'm not exactly sure what we're doing. I'm working on some videos, finally. I might put out some World Tanks Blitz. Maybe some other stuff, I don't know. YouTube's kind of dead to me. I just have not... I don't like editing my own stuff, so it's kind of slow to get anything done. It's like, if I find my own content boring, why do I work on it? Hey, good morning to you, Fabricio. Sorry you came at the end of the stream. Alright, I thank everybody for watching. I will see you all next stream, whenever that may be. So yeah. Adios.